I don't think so. I don't think you're correct when you say the divide into tribes. Because if you talk of Shona and Ndebele, these are not tribes. These are a collection of tribes.
They speak different languages, don't they?
They speak different languages. There may be a variation of languages, but it is not correct to say Shona and Ndebele are two tribes.
Is there a danger that the divide, whether it's tribal or political or otherwise, in this election could have the seeds in it of a sort of even a fighting between you and the rest of the country?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that there would be fighting, and if there is a fighting, it would not be based on tribe or any divide of that kind. It appears, one would say this in the face of it, but I do not think so. You have got to consider that our party, ZAPO, which is Patriotic Front now, is not a tribal party. 90% of the members of the executive are what you call the Shona, the group of tribes under this terminology. So I don't think it is correct that one would say the consideration was of tribe, considering the setup of the executive.
Are you still very bitter at the campaign that Mr. Mugabe waged?
I never was bitter. That's one thing I don't have. Why do you think so?
You appeared at one stage, a number of stages, to be referring to him as Idi Amin. I know you didn't mention him by name, but you did mention that Idi Amin was campaigning in Rhodesia.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say Idi Amin was campaigning. I said if there are people who compel you by force, who want to get votes out of you by compulsion, then you must be careful that you do not elect Idi Amin.
Who were you referring to?
I referred to people who did. It was not just
Mr. Mugabe.
One person. I'm not going to say those things. It was not just one person. It was not just one party. There were two or so parties that were doing that type of thing.
Well, whatever you felt at the time, what do you feel about Mr. Mugabe now? Will you join his government?
Well, that depends on our negotiations. We're going to talk about this.
But would you like to?
Well, it's not a question of liking.
He'd like you to.
Well, I don't think it's just liking to. It's the consideration of the importance of that arrangement in as far as the national affairs are concerned. So it's not a question of liking to, it's a question as to whether it would be to the national interest.
If he asked you to be president of the new Zimbabwe, would you accept?
No, thanks.
Why not?
A constitutional president really is an inactive job. Very inactive, and I'm not the type of person who would sit there for just this constitutional figurehead, that type of thing, no thanks.
So it's got to be a ministerial job?
I suppose so, yes.
What sort of job would you like?
No, we're going to discuss about that.
Finally, what sort of change would you particularly like to see in this country as soon as possible?
Well, the most important change in this country is that of our people recognizing themselves as one. What I mean is this: we have been divided into racial groups, white people, black people, so that all that